Hello. Good morning, Meg. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Welcome to this Hump Day Yoga. It is Wednesday here, Wednesday morning, and we're going to go ahead and get started with our yoga flow. So today, if you have a blanket, I like to have a blanket for my knees, so if you have anything that you'd like for your cushioning of your knees. Also, a strap is handy. It's not necessary, it's handy. And blocks or similar, whatever you have at your house. I'm going to check the chat really quick and we'll go ahead and get started. So go ahead and come to an easy sit position for you, whatever that means for you. Maybe your hips are raised, one ankle in front of the other. Roll your shoulders down and back, head above your heart, shoulders above your hips, and your seat is grounded into the earth. You can either close your eyes here or have a gentle gaze ahead of you, or gaze down at your cheeks. Let's start this practice by bringing our awareness to our breath. As you inhale, notice where the breath is going through your body, and as you exhale, feel that release. This is something that comes naturally to our body, and in yoga we get to focus on it a little bit more. So as we start our yoga breathing here, breathing in and out of our nose, let's bring our awareness to a 3-part breath. If you'd like, maybe placing one hand on your chest and one on your belly, or you can bring your hands to your ribs. Either way, you'll be able to feel that. So as you inhale, fill up your belly with air, your ribs start to expand, your chest may raise, and then as you exhale, your belly comes in, your ribs come together, your chest may lower a little bit. And start to have that flow of that breath, trying to make your inhales and your exhales a little bit balanced. So it may feel, or it might sound like this as you inhale, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, belly goes in, ribs together, 2, 1, and inhale, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, 3, 2, 1. Continue with that breath as you start to scan your body from the crown of your head all the way down to your face, your shoulders. Just taking your awareness to everything that is going on with you, wherever you are. Without judgment, just noticing and allowing thoughts and feelings and physical feelings to flow in and out of your consciousness here. As we move throughout our practice today, I would like you to think about, as we're going through the week or out through our life, we come across those bumps in the road. And like the hump in the middle of the week, like we call Wednesday sometimes here, hump day, you try to make your way through it. Well, maybe you can experience these feelings and these challenges by bringing your awareness directly to them, rather than waiting for them to be over or wondering about the end result, move in intention through whatever it is that you're doing with purpose, and that will help you get to your goals. So I offer this as your intention today, if you didn't come with your own. Having the intention of moving and being in purpose, with purpose, and moving with your intention. Sorry. Continue to breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. And then as you're ready, on your next inhale, take a big breath up. You can leave your eyes closed or open them. Inhale your hands up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, release your right hand down to the right side, maybe toward your right hip. And then rainbow over, keeping both sit bones on the ground. Gently moving over, starting to awaken your body. And as you inhale, reach up with both hands, filling up your body, lengthening your spine. Exhale over to the left, reaching, reaching, reaching. And again, inhale, reaching all the way up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And exhale, reaching over to the right, maybe a little bit further out, but keep both sit bones on the ground. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale over to the left. And again, inhale up. And exhale over to the left, staying over to this side for just a moment, for a few breaths. Expanding your awareness. I'm going to make sure that my alarm won't go off again. And when your next inhale comes around, reach both arms up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, reach over to the left. Again, maybe moving out a little bit further with that left arm, maybe bending into your elbow, rolling your right shoulder back, and continuing to breathe. And on your next inhale, reach up. And from here on your next exhale, turn to your right, crossing your left arm across, right arm comes behind. On an inhale, lengthen up your spine. And as you exhale, maybe turning a little bit more toward that right shoulder, whatever feels good for you this morning. Hello, Ken. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up, chest comes forward. Exhale over to the left, left arm behind, right arm across. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you maybe twist a little bit more. And when your next inhale comes, sweep your fingertips up, turn your chest forward, and exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a breath here. Maybe allowing your thumbs to come against your heart space. This is something that you don't really have to have any intention about. It just happens. And so nice and grateful that we can be about our heart that guides us throughout the day. From here, go ahead and lie on your back for a moment. We're going to do a few leg stretches before we get started with our flow. So come to your back. You can have your knees bent. And then you raise your right leg up toward the sky. If you have a strap and you'd like to use it, you can place it around the bottom of your foot. If you don't, maybe place your hands, clasp them behind your thigh or your shin. If you're using a strap, maybe Reach with both hands, shoulders down toward the ground, foot is flexed. And when your next exhale comes, guide that foot and your leg a little bit closer to you, whatever feels good for your body. You can keep your opposite leg bent or see what it might feel like to reach it out. Your body may or may not be ready for that yet. Continuing to breathe here. And then as you're ready, bring your hand around your strap or around your leg if you're not using a strap. Reach out your opposite arm, for me it's my left arm, and release your right leg or your straightened leg down toward the side until you feel your resistance. Let's not push anything too hard. Just allow yourself to relax into this. Moving with intention, and your intention here may be just to warm up, not to hurt yourself, to explore that feeling. When your next inhale comes, raise that right leg up if you're using the right leg, and then take your hand across your strap or onto your leg, reaching your opposite arm, or your same arm that your leg is up, over to the side. Cross your leg over to the opposite direction. And breathe. And then when your next inhale comes, reach your foot up toward the sky. Release the strap if you have one and bend your knee in toward your chest, hugging that knee in toward your chest, allowing yourself to relax into that stretch. And then release that leg down. Checking for the cat. Okay. Wiggle out your legs a little bit and then raise the left leg up. If you're using a strap, go ahead and place it around the bottom of your foot. And on your next exhale, release your shoulders down toward the ground as that leg comes toward your body. Gently, again, moving with purpose and intention. This is my left leg that is up, so I'm taking my left hand around my strap, or you can hold your leg, reach your right arm out, and lower that leg out to the same side. Exploring that feeling. Breathing. When your next inhale comes, raise your leg back up. Switch hands, holding the leg, reach your left arm out, cross your leg over to the other side. Inhale, reach that foot up, bend your knee in toward your chest, release your strap, and hug that knee into your chest, and breathe. Bring your other knee up toward your chest and hug both knees in now. Maybe making some circles to massage your back and the opposite direction as well. And then from here, Going to make our way up to a seated position. So if it feels good for you, maybe curl yourself into a ball and start to use your momentum to roll forward and back, making sure you have a rounded spine so that that feels good. However you make your way up, maybe taking a quick moment in a boat pose, rolling your shoulders back. You're on your sit bones. Maybe you're supporting your thighs with your hands. Straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones, being very intentional to keep these straight lines. If it's available for you, maybe straightening your legs. That's not available for me as yet. Or maybe releasing your arms to the side, continuing to breathe. And then on your next exhale, release down. Come into a bound angle with your feet together in front of you. Lengthen up your spine, and then as you exhale, tip forward. Chest is reaching forward, finding your edge here. Raise your shoulders up, and then make your way onto your hands and knees. Excuse me, cat. Oh, well, okay. We're working with the cat today. I'm sure some of you at home are doing the same thing. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips, tops of your feet down on the ground. And then as you inhale and you fill your belly up with air, roll your shoulders back, your seat raises, your gaze comes up just slightly, maybe where the ceiling meets the wall. And then as you exhale, round your spine, press into the earth, feel the separation of your shoulder blades as you create that arch in scared cat. Are you scared? Inhale, release your belly down, gaze goes up. Exhale, round your spine, really moving with intention. Maybe your intention is to get that fluid moving throughout your spinal column. Continuing that breath and movement at your own pace. Remembering anything that I offer here is a suggestion, always moving the way your body would like, finding what works for you. Continuing to breathe. And then as you come to stillness, reach your right toes to the back of the mat, curl your toes under, and shift your body forward and back. And then as you're ready, bring your left fingertips to the front of the mat. Squaring your hips, raise that back leg, raise your front arm. Your left thumb is pointing up toward the sky. Don't collapse into that right hand. And really reach. Your back toes are pointed down. You have a straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. And you're being pulled in two directions. Breathe. And then from here, leaving that back leg up, place your left hand down, raise that back leg, rainbow it over toward your left side behind you, curling your toes under, and look back at that back leg, feeling that stretch in your side body. And then again, inhale, reaching up. And now as you exhale, bend your knee underneath your spine, rounding your spine like you did in Scared Cat, and make your way into a low lunge. So you're bringing that right foot to the front of your mat. However it needs to get there, your back knee is still down on the ground. This is a nice time sometimes to have your blocks handy if the ground is too far away for you. That is fine. From here, your belly and thigh are touching here. So reach your seat back towards your back foot, trying to stay going straight back rather than shifting over to the left. Straighten that front leg. Doesn't mean it has to come all the way straight, just straightened. Take a few breaths here. And then as you're ready, start to bend into your front knee, lowering your left hip down toward the earth, rolling your shoulders back, feeling that stretch in that left hip. And then from here, raise yourself up, shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up high, and then reach your hands forward. And on your next exhale, take your right hand and move it back like a bow and arrow, starting to twist from your hips, opening up toward your bent knee. Releasing your shoulders away from your ears. Move with intention here. Finding your balance. Beautiful. And on your next exhale, bring your hands forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground. Maybe move your blocks. Bring that knee back underneath your hip. Excuse me. And come back into your tabletop. From here, take your left foot to the back of the mat. Shift your shoulders forward and back. And come to stillness. Square your hips. Right fingertips to the front of the mat, pressing into your hand, and then maybe reaching your back leg up, right thumb up toward the sky, your right arm is next to your right ear, trying to keep your hips level as you inhale and your belly fills up with air, creating that length in the spine. Inhale, and then exhale, bringing your belly in, really feeling that strength of your core. And from here, bring your right hand back down. Lift that left leg over to the right side, behind you, curling your toes. Look back at your foot, feeling the lengthening on your left side there. And on your next inhale, raise your leg back up. And then as you exhale, round your spine, bringing your knee underneath your body, and step forward, getting up there however you need to do, and having your belly and thigh connected here. Hands on your blocks or to the ground, and then as you exhale next, seat goes back toward your back foot. Trying not to lean over to the right, trying to allow yourself to stay balanced, moving with purpose and intention. When your next inhale comes, bend into your front knee, lower your right hip down toward the ground. And on your next inhale, bring your shoulders back up over your hips. On an inhale, reach your fingertips up. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, take your left arm back like a bow and arrow, opening up toward your bent knee, your left knee. Roll your shoulders down, twisted to the left. Beautiful. On your next exhale, bring your hands forward, sweep your fingertips up, and then exhale, bring your hands forward, bring your foot back, coming back into your tabletop. And from here, placing your hands right underneath your shoulders, curl your toes, coming into our first downward facing dog. So curl your toes, raise your seat up high, press your chest back toward your thighs. You can walk the dog here by bending one knee a lot and releasing the opposite heel, and switching, back and forth. Whatever pace feels good for you here. And then as you come to stillness, maybe bend your knees a little bit more so you can see what it feels like if you press your chest toward your thighs, and it helps you lengthen It may help you lengthen your spine a little bit more, raising your seat up toward the sky, pressing into your hands. You can always bend your knees at any time if it feels good. And from here, wherever you are, release your heels down toward the earth. I think my cat is hiding my feet, but know that wherever your heels are is fine. And on your next inhale, look toward the front of your mat. And then as you exhale, leaving your hands there, start to tiptoe your feet toward your hands. Your seat raises up a little bit higher, coming all the way to the front of the mat. Maybe your fingertips have to help you, your heels of your hands raise up as you get forward. Coming into a nice forward bend here, your knees can be bent. I would like them bent. Maybe you can have your thighs and your forearms touching, or you can use your blocks. And on your next inhale, raise your shoulders even with your hips, pressing your hands into your thighs or your shins, anywhere but your knees. Rolling your shoulders back, your gaze is straight down. One straight line from the crown of your head to your sit bones. Holding this pose with intention. Inhaling and exhaling, lengthening your spine toward the front of your mat. And exhale, bending your knees, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high. And then as you exhale, bring your hands heart center. Take a breath here. Resting with intention. And we'll start our sun salutations here. Coming to the top of our mat, our feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Ankles are right below our knees, and our knees are right below our hips. Hips right below our shoulders. Head right above our heart. Roll your shoulders down and back and open up your hands and chest to the front of your mat. And when your next inhale comes, sweep your fingertips up high. And as you exhale, tipping from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, supporting your body with your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands. Your feet come to the back of the mat, finding your plank. On your inhale, shift your shoulders over your wrists. And on your exhale, lower down. You can lower your knees or keep them raised. Either way, bend your elbows back towards your feet. Your triceps should rub against your ribs. And then when you get to the ground, bring your hands forward. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Chest comes forward into your Sphinx pose or whatever back bend suits you this morning or this afternoon, depending if you're in Germany. Place your hands under your shoulders. And then come to your knees maybe. Raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing all the way up, reaching your fingertips up high. Exhale, hands heart center. And again, inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, forward fold from your hips, bending your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, feet come to the back, find your plank. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, coming onto your toes. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, press into your back bend. Shoulders are back, chest forward, or come into your Sphinx, or baby cobra, or up dog. Curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat, and exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your fingertips up high, moving with intention. Exhale, hands heart center. Inhale, sweep your hands up high. Exhale, tipping forward, forward fold, moving with your chest. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, feet go to the back of the mat, plank. Inhale, shifting your shoulders forward, coming to your tiptoes. Exhale, lowering down, your version of chaturanga. Inhale, scooping your shoulders back, chest forward, back bend. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. Inhale to the front of your mat. Exhale as you step or hop your feet toward your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high. And exhale, hands, heart, center. Take a breath here. Resting with intention. On your next inhale, reach your fingertips high. And on this exhale, bend your knees. Bring your seat back behind you. Coming into chair. On your next inhale, staying in your chair, open it up into cactus arms. Your elbows are straight out from your shoulders. And then as you inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Exhale, folding, guiding, going toward using your chest to fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back into your plank. You can flow here or you can skip it and go straight to downward facing dog. If you're flowing, shifting forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, coming into your back bend. And exhale, meeting us in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, raise your right leg up high. And as you exhale, shift your shoulders forward, maybe creating that arch in your back as your knee comes underneath you. And then bring that foot to the front of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. On your next inhale, raise your shoulders up, maybe your fingertips come up, finding your crescent. Take a breath here. On your next exhale, release your arms down and then take your your right arm back and open up toward your bent knee, coming into a high twist. You can always lower that back leg down if that's more comfortable. And breathe. From here, bring that back arm up to the front of the room again. Inhale, sweeping up. And then as you exhale, rotate that back heel down, opening your wings into your warrior two, looking over your front fingertips. Take a breath here. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward, flip that front palm, and as you exhale, tip back, reverse warrior back. Left arm goes down your left leg or at the small of your back. Right arm next to right ear. And then as you inhale, shift your shoulders forward, release your right arm onto your right thigh, left arm comes up next to your left ear, side angle. Inhale, reaching your shoulders up, looking over your front fingertips for warrior two. From here, start to straighten that front leg. And then shift your shoulders forward until they can't go anymore. And then find your triangle, releasing your right hand down toward your shin or your block. Reaching that left arm up, opening up into triangle. And then from here, start to bend into that front knee. And then as you exhale, turn your chest toward the mat, raising that back heel up, and then place both hands on the ground, finding your runner's lunge. From here, take your back foot to the front, coming into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, bend your knees, find your chair. Open up into cactus arms. Inhale, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold and step or hop to the back of your mat into your plank. You can flow here or skip it and go straight to downward dog. If you're flowing, shift forward. Lower down, chaturanga. Roll your shoulders back, chest forward, gaze straight ahead, back bend. Exhale, curl your toes, raise your seat, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, raise your left leg up high, and as you exhale, shift your shoulders forward, bending your knee underneath your body, round your spine to make some room, and then find yourself in a runner's lunge, making sure that knee is right above your ankle. At least it's not past your toes if you're looking down. It should be just above. And on your next inhale, sweep your fingertips up, shoulders over hips. Maybe your fingertips come up into crescent. Take a breath here. From here, release your arms down forward. And then on your next exhale, take that left arm, bow and arrow it kind of back, turning toward your bent knee, and twist. Take a breath here. Release your shoulders, having the intention of finding this twist, twisting from your hip area, finding where you are with this. And then as you're ready, bring that back arm to meet the front. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up, and as you exhale, rotate your back heel, lower your wings, coming into your warrior two. From here, inhale as you shift your shoulders forward, and exhale, reach back, coming into reverse warrior. When your next inhale comes, sweep your fingertips up as you bring your left arm onto your left thigh, right arm next to right ear, side angle. On your next inhale, shoulders over your hips, open up into warrior two, looking over your front fingertips. And then on your next inhale, start to straighten that front leg. And on exhale, shift your shoulders forward. And then release your left hand down to your leg or your block or the ground, rolling your right shoulder back and open, finding your triangle. Really staying in this pose with intention. Breathe. And then as you're ready, start to bend into that front knee. And on your next exhale, turn your chest toward the mat. Raise that back heel up, coming onto your toes of your right foot. And then take your right foot to the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. Knees are nice and bent, head is hanging down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands, heart, center. Inhale, sweep your fingertips up. Exhale, bend your knees, seat comes back, hands come to heart center this time. On your exhale, twist to your right, Maybe bringing that elbow on the outside of that knee. And on your next inhale, turn your chest toward the center, keeping your seat back, still a long spine. And as you exhale, twisting to your left, twisting from your hips, really feeling that, moving with intention. And then inhale, chest forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and this time, bring your right foot to the back of the mat and find your runner's lunge that way. On your next inhale, you might want your blocks for this. Bringing that back foot in just a little bit, start to straighten that front leg, coming into pyramid. Really lengthening your spine here, feeling this pyramid. That front leg can be straightened. It doesn't have to be all the way straight. Make sure you don't hyperextend. And breathe. From here, start to bend into that front knee. Maybe bringing that block under your right hand closer to your left foot on the big toe side. And then as you're ready, start to sweep open, twisting toward your left leg, reaching up, coming into a twisted lunge here. And breathe. You can stay here if you'd like a little additional challenge. Maybe see if you can start to straighten that left leg, coming into revolved triangle. Move with intention, keep your focus, keep your balance. You can always stay in that bent knee as well. Another breath here. And from here, bend into your front knee, bring your left hand down, maybe to your block. And then maybe move them off to the side and bring your right foot up to meet the left, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, come to chair, hands heart center. Exhale, over to your left, twist. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and plant your hands. Bring your left foot to the back of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. Maybe bring your blocks to your side. Maybe bring that back foot in a little bit. And on your next exhale, start to straighten that front leg, folding forward into your intense stretch, your pyramid, and breathe. And then from here, start to bend back into that right knee, maybe bringing your left block in closer to your toe. And then as you're ready, reach your right arm up, twisting open toward your right side, stacking your shoulders on top of each other, twisting from your hips. Really feel that. Move with intention there. Feel that twisting from low rather than just your waist or your back. You can stay here, or if you'd like the challenge of a revolved triangle, start to straighten that front leg. Remember I said straighten, not all the way straight, definitely not hyperextended. Continuing to breathe, noticing where your body is taking you with this. And then as you're ready, bending into that front knee, turning your chest toward the mat, both hands come down. And from here, place your hands on the ground and bring your back foot up to meet the front, coming into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are nice and bent. Maybe reach onto opposite elbows here and sway back and forth and ragdoll if that feels good. And then from here, on your next inhale, halfway lift, pressing into your shins or thighs. Shoulders are back, gaze is down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, reaching your fingertips up high. And on an exhale, lower your hands, heart center. Take an inhale here, reaching your hands up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back behind you, placing them at the small of your back. Again, moving with intention here, rolling your shoulders back. Your thighs are going to stay straight up vertical. And then as you exhale, tip your shoulders back and then tip from your hips as you come into a standing camel. Can't have hump day without a camel. Your head doesn't sway all the way back. Rather, see what it feels like to keep it in line with your shoulders. And on your exhale, sink a little bit lower if it's available. And then on an inhale, slowly bring your shoulders back up. Release your hands down and twist from side to side, shifting from your hips. From here again, bringing your arms up, this time placing, holding your head in your hands, either your head in your hands or supporting your neck. And then same idea, keeping your thighs upright, straight up. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, tipping from your hips, supporting your head, tipping back. Noticing the difference there. When your next inhale comes, raise your head up, shoulders over your hips, release your hands, and twist again from side to side. Beautiful. From here, reach your feet out to the sides of your mat. All face forward, just in case you're not familiar. Coming down into a yogi squat. So your knees will bend in the same direction as your toes, and your seat will reach down toward the ground. If you know you would like a block or a bolster or anything underneath you, go ahead and set that up underneath your seat. Otherwise, start to lower down and find your squat. It may be here. You can keep your forearms on your thighs, trying to keep your chest open. Wherever you are with this, maybe see what it feels like. Hey, sorry. Place your knees, your elbows close to your knees or inside your thighs. And take a few breaths here.
Okay, I found this on the web for need your elbows close to your knees and inside your thighs. Check it out.
That's live internet streaming, I guess, sorry. And from here, make your way down to your seat. Place your legs on the outsides of your mat here and sway your knees from side to side. Wide-legged. Oh, hello. Windshield wiper. And so from here, go ahead and make your way back onto your back again. Your knees are bent. And from here, raise your right leg up high and cross that right ankle on the top of your left knee. And you can maybe traction out that right knee forward by kind of going to your hip crease with your right hand and pressing a little bit gently forward and down, or forward and up rather. And then if it feels good, bend your left knee in toward your chest. Maybe take your right hand in that little triangle you've made, reaching behind your thigh with your right hand and your left, clasping or at the front of your shin, and taking a few breaths here. And then from here, you can release your left foot down and continue to cross your right knee on top of your left. And it's kind of like you're stacking your knees. And then bring your knees in toward your chest, excuse me. And maybe hug your knees in, keeping your shoulders down if you can. Maybe reaching for your feet or your ankles. And then release, breathe, unwind, come back into your knees pointing up, and reach your left foot up, cross over the right ankle, maybe tractioning out that left hip. Taking a few breaths here. And then bring your right knee in toward your chest and hug your right knee in toward your chest, either reaching behind your thigh or at the front of your shin. Taking this moment for gratitude for your body. I know I have gratitude for all of you. So grateful for this opportunity to share energy with you. I appreciate all of the donations. Start to cross your knees, stack your knees on top of each other, and then you can reach your knees in towards your chest, or maybe reach for your shins or your feet. Feeling that twist or that stack logs. Continuing to breathe. And then release. Place your feet back down onto the ground. From here, bring your hands to the sides of your hips. Your knees are pointed up. If you've got a block handy, you might want it in a second, so have it close to one of your hands. And your feet are down into the ground. Your fingertips are reaching down toward your heels. Coming into a bridge pose. So as you exhale, raise your hips up toward the sky. Maybe tucking your shoulder blades underneath your upper back. If it's available to you, maybe creating a bind underneath your hips. If you do that, tuck your lower pinky finger in. Help create a better stable base there. And really being in this pose with intention and purpose, keeping your gaze up, your shoulders down on the ground, shoulder blades, knees tracking forward, thighs parallel, pressing into four corners of your feet. And on your next exhale, release your bind if you have one, and lower your hips down toward the earth. And sway your knees from side to side. And then from here, coming into a restorative bridge pose. If you're not familiar, maybe take your gaze up toward your screen. And what we'll do is we'll raise up into our bridge. Taking the block, I prefer the lowest level. And this will go right underneath your sacrum, which is that flat bone at the bottom of your spine and just above your sit bones. And allow your hips to release onto that. This should feel comfortable. You should feel supported. And you can keep your feet here. Or maybe you'd like more of a stretch at the front of your hip. You can reach your feet out. Or you can bend your knees in towards your chest or raise your feet up high for supported shoulder stand. And take a few breaths here, whatever inversion feels good for you. Continuing to breathe, starting to allow your breath to come out through your mouth for a few breaths. And then your breath starts coming back to its natural state. There's nothing that you need to be doing with it. Just allowing yourself to rest in this pose. Resting is so important. Later on today, I'm actually hosting a restorative practice on this app. So 60 minutes of purely relaxing, holding gentle poses for up to 10 minutes or more. Like I said, I'm very appreciative of this chance to do this. The donations I get, the tips I get will go toward me being able to do more of this. As you're ready, bend your knees, bring your feet back down to the ground if they're up, coming onto your toes so that your heels are raised. So if your feet are down on the ground, raise your heels so you can raise your hips a little easier, and then move your block and lower your hips down. Lower your heels down and then lower your hips. And then sway your knees from side to side. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe massaging your back again by making circles with your knees. Whatever it is that feels good for you. Reach your arms out to a T. And then release your knees over toward your right side. Just letting gravity bring them wherever they're going to be today. If you want more of a twist, maybe raise your head and look over your opposite fingertips. On your next inhale, bring your knees to your chest. And then as you exhale, lower your knees over to the other side. And breathe. And then on your next inhale, bring your knees above your chest again. If there's any final pose that you like before your final Shavasana, feel free to do that now. Maybe happy baby or bound angle, reclined bound angle, whatever feels good for you. And then as you're ready, release down into your Shavasana. I want to be respectful of your time. We're right at 1 hour. So I will allow you to come in and out of your Shavasana by yourself. And I'll close out my part of this practice by saying thank you for attending. I am so grateful for all of you here. And I hope maybe to see you again. Check my profile here to see when I'm teaching again. I know I'm having a restorative later today, and then I am having next week a short beginners course. I really feel like I like to teach people who are just learning. So thank you so much, Maggie. Oh, I love hearing that. That's so wonderful. And thank you for being patient with my cats and the computer in my phone that wanted to join us today. Thank you. Oh, all the hearts. That's so nice. This is my second time on here, so I'm just really, really, really grateful and appreciative of all the energy that we share, whether it's in the form of your interest, your hearts, things in the tip jar, whatever it is. Thank you so much. And go to my profile, check out the things that are coming up, and I believe my website is on there too if you're interested. So I thank you so much, and have a peaceful and powerful day. Oh, that's nice, Kat. Everybody's in their yoga mood. Come on, want to say hi? Wants to be on camera, so. Hello, say hi. Say hi. Everybody have a good day. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.